Indeed, what a wonderful way to say good afternoon, good afternoon, and a pleasant welcome to Blaze Radio 90.7. Well, today is the 24th day of September AD 2025. And I'd like to say good afternoon and welcome to the roundtable here on Blaze Radio 90.7. My name is Archie, say Bob Yene. I'm your presenter as always. And we're here again as we perform our national duty, what we have committed ourselves to doing in serving the people of Liberia through this medium. And of course, this is what we love doing so dearly. Good afternoon. Welcome. Invite someone to listen as we bring you fascinating and factual information that permeates the political corridor of Liberia on a daily basis. Welcome to it. And increase the volume of the radio that your next door neighbor or passerby will get the information as they unfold. This is the signature tune for the roundtable, and this program is sponsored by the Sina Group and the Bokonjida Group of Company. They are the one empowering us, making sure that the program comes on air from Mondays to Fridays. So, folks, on today's edition, due to the engagement of our correspondents, we will not bring you words from them today as we do usually. So we're going to bring you a few happenings, local dailies across Liberia. Thereafter, we go into what we have for you today. The Criminal Court A has just denied the motion filed by the defense counsel in the Alson case, calling for the denial of evidence, and that motion was denied today. We're going to throw light on that a little time. And the Coalition for Democratic Change has just made a release following a fire outbreak at the 9th Street residence of former President George Manawia, as they accuses the Unity Party of being the mastermind of the violence last evening. But we're going to look at a release, give our own critical and journalistic analysis and opinion on what the release says, where you will be afforded the opportunity as well to phone in and give your view on what their release says. So welcome. We're going to go for this break from Princess Fatu Gavler. And right after that break, we'll come back to let you know what are the happenings across Liberia. This is the round table. Let's sit on this table as we unify Liberians. Let's sit around the table as we discuss issues that hurt the feelings of every Liberian. Issues that confront Liberians in terms of education, poor healthcare delivery, lack of medical educational opportunities for Liberians. As we all sit on the table to discuss the fight against drugs. But hey, we'll go for this break to be right back. Oh, yes, indeed. Welcome back. Welcome back to the round table right here on Blaze Radio 90.7 with me, Archie C. Bob Yene. Those of you calling, please, we have not opened the lines. We will open the lines at a later time and don't rush. You're going to call. Well, the president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Human Boake Sr., the Liberian people president yesterday spoke uh, at the UN General Assembly in New York, and we're going to look at a few things in his statement made. You know, as usual, the president's uh, RS agenda, the RS agenda for inclusive development, which focuses on agriculture and food security, road and infrastructure, the rule of law, and good governance, education and skill development, sanitation and health, tourism, technology, and innovation. So that RS agenda aligned with too many things. But we're going to just give you a little, oh, sorry for that. I want to give you a little overview of what the president said. Even though the RS agenda, that some of the things that are being outlined in the RS agenda is being downplayed and not respected, particularly when it comes to the rule of law and integrity in this regime, is something still questionable. While it is true that the government is still striving to see the best thing happen, there's still some deficiency. And I think that there's a need that the government improve on that, because when government officials, including the president, when they are on national scene, statements they made seems so sweet, and it sounds better in the ears of those who listening at that particular movement. But the trickle down effect on Liberians is what matter. It's what matter. The president spoke excellently at the UN General Assembly, highlighting the government's achievement and fight against insecurity in the country and other things he stated. But some of the very people, including the political leader of the EFFL, who all of them support the ideology of this government, of this president, uh, have started, you know, condemning statements made by the president. And these things We need to be truthful. It is always good to be truthful to yourself. Your country cannot be living otherwise. Your citizens' life cannot be otherwise. And you go on the international platform where you're supposed to be telling the reality and explaining the broader picture of how your country is so that people who are there will know what's happening in your country, but you rather go there, frame it differently, and make it look better. Look, it's so sad. But how be it, this is what it is as the government officials choose to do. And Liberians, like we continue to say, you people have to be patient and continue to be. On the other hand, the First Lady too is also on a tour as she's calling for global partnership in order to save life and build the healthier future for Liberians. You know, in Philadelphia, USA, Madam Katuman Boaka, the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, continue to build the international relationship with the Office of the First Lady and other international partners. But that's good, it's wonderful. That's what Liberians yield for. The better for Liberia, the better for Liberians, what citizens stand to benefit, and how Liberians' life will change from what it is currently to a very better one. So there are too many happiness. There are too many happiness though. Like I said, we want to talk about that later on. Like I said, we want to talk about that later on. But in a minute from now, we'll be taking a break from our sponsors, and we'll come back. We'll bring you more development as to the happenings across Liberia. So, like I said, the court denied the motion that was filed by the defense counsel in the ongoing trial at the awesome case involving Folati Kofad and others. We're going to bring that, and I think this brief break to be right back from our sponsors. They are so dear to our heart because they keep the program running on the radio. We'll take this break. Stay with us. Those of you watching, leave your comments. We're going to read them. Let us know you're following in the comment section so that we can recognize you because you, you remain so paramount to us, our listeners, and any other person that's following. So leave your comments there. We're going to read out to our audience that you're following. And thanks for always being there on the round table making this. But I get this and be right back. The Sina Group.
Hey there! Have you heard about Sina Group Limited? Sina Group Limited is a reliable, efficient, and water drilling expert, specializes in deep borehole drilling, pump installation, and water system maintenance to ensure you have access to clean and sustainable water anywhere, anytime. Services we offer include water well drilling and installation, site assessment and planning, detailed evaluation of potential drilling site. We carry out installation of well casing to prevent contamination, grapple parking to stabilize the well, and proper slim to maintain water quality. We also provide pump testing, and other evaluation to determine the capacity and sustainability of our water source. We recommend and install appropriate pump systems such as submersible and jet pumps. We connect the pump to the overall water supply network, including storage and distribution systems. We also do scheduled maintenance and pump repairs to ensure optimum performances and longevity of the pump system. We carry on inspection and evaluation of older or underperforming wells to identify issues such as casing damage. That's not all. At Sina Group Limited, we do systematic collection of water samples from various points in the supply system, ensures compliance with health standards, and confirm portability. We provide expert guidance on water supply system design, including optimal well placement, pump sizing, and integration with local infrastructure. The Sina Group Limited manages the full life cycle of water project from initial assessment and design to execute and post-installation support, ensuring projects are delivered on time and within a budget. With our cutting-edge technology, we utilized the most advanced drilling equipment. The Sina Group Limited trusted clients include UC, U.S. Embassy, Geeks, and many more. Contact us today at our regional office near Zone 3 Police Station, Tottenham Boulevard, Congo Town, Liberia, or call us on the following cell numbers: 0777 393 950 or 0888 701 391, or email us at info@sinagrouplimited.com. Visit our website at www.sinagrouplimited.com. Sina Group Limited, the expert in well drilling in Liberia, is here for you.
The top-class vocational and professional institution, the Conduit of Potentials, COPS, informs the public that it is currently accepting students to study in its grade school and unique catering, hairdressing, tailoring, decoration, and computer programs. Students are given the requisite practical knowledge and skills in exactly those basic things. It's also accepting students to study in its upgraded programs in computer, electricity, plumbing, light-duty driving, procurement and logistics, project proposal writing with basic skills in project design, baseline, monitoring and evaluation, M&E, and psychosocial and trauma counseling programs. Other programs include public speaking and standard English. Our computer students are given additional training in office writing and practices. Hey ladies, come now and study in our catering, hairdressing, and tailoring programs. COPS, with over 15 years of professional service, our programs are taught by highly trained and experienced facilitators. Academic certificates and diplomas are offered. For our grade school, COPS is accepting students from nursery up to 12th grade for this school year. Students from 5th to 12th grade are allowed to study one vocational program. For our grade school students, you can take advantage of our catering, hairdressing, computer, and music programs during this vacation period for only $20 United States dollars. COPS accepts both educated and uneducated people in its vocational school. If you are a lover of plumbing, electricity, air conditioning, and keyboard, you should be on your way to COPS right away. Visit our campus between the Latter-day Saints Church and the St. Kizito Catholic Church, COPS Castle, Pinsville City, or call 0776 547 1882. COPS is the School of the Professionals.
Are you seeking financial empowerment, dreaming of building your future? Then your solution is Bokonjida Group of Companies. Bokonjida, your trusted partner in microfinance, construction, and general services. We provide microfinance for many institutions like House of Representatives, the Liberian Senate, National Port Authority, Governance Commission, LRA, Gender Ministry, Corporate Development Authority, GAC, and Auto Lines Ministry and Agency, with a percentage range from 15% to 20%. At Bokonjide, we understand your aspiration, your goals, and your dreams. That's why we offer tailored microfinance solutions designed to uplift individuals and communities alike. Whether you are an entrepreneur with a vision or a family aiming for a better tomorrow, our microfinance services pave the way to financial independence. But that's not all. Bokonjida Group of Companies doesn't just stop at microfinance. Our expert construction team brings your architecture dreams to life. From residential to commercial projects, we craft spaces that inspire, innovate, and endure. And when it comes to general services, Bokonjide is your one-stop destination. From facility management to logistics, we ensure seamless operation every step of the way. With our apartment rental and furnished apartment for long and short-term stay, you will enjoy the luxury of comfort. Join the thousands who have entrusted their dreams to Bokonjide. Experience, unmatched professionalism, dedication, and integrity. With Bokonjide Group of Companies, your success is not just a goal, it's our mission. Visit our Capitol Building office or find us in the Royal Garden Plaza on Crown Hill Broad Street or call today 0770-520-958 or 0777-017-603 or 086-622-599 or email Bokonjida Group of Companies at gmail.com. Bokonjida Group of Companies, microfinance, construction, general services, your partner in progress. New Day, do something.
I wanna know where your CPN sustains, where your CPN drugs. I wanna know where your CPN sustains, yeah. Where your CPN drugs. I saw it so to be the free.
Indeed, you're supposed to be the future leaders, but others misusing the opportunity and they've been addicted to the narcotic substance. So they are no longer the future leaders. Only God can make them because the future leaders are the prepared ones. So those of you who are prepared are going to be the future leaders. Welcome back to the roundtable here on Blaze FM 90.7 with me, Archie Sebop Yene. Folks, welcome. Uh, like I said, like I said, you all been following the issue of the Capitol building, how the Capitol building got at fire. We have said this, we discussed that. And it is our responsibility to always update you as it relates to the day-to-day happenings surrounding the Alson case, how your Capitol building got burned, and who are those that burn it. So the other day, COFA team of lawyers, those who represent the COFA and others. The reason COFA name always ahead, uh, he is the lead for that group. So they filed in a motion that evidence that were provided be suppressed. So the suppression of those evidence they were talking about is not to allow any evidence that were presented by the police and the government to be used except evidence that will be provided. I don't know about what means they're talking about, but we're gonna read this and they will play you the voice from Kofa and the prosecuting lawyer. So the criminal code A has denied a motion to suppress evidence in the high profile Capitol arson case involving former House Speaker Fonati Kofa and Sarah co defendants. The ruling by Judge Roosevelt Wille clears the way for trial proceedings to continue despite serious allegations of torture and sodomy during police interrogation. So the defendants, those who are currently behind bars, they allege that they were sodomized. They allege that they were being tortured by police by doing the police interrogation. When the police was investigating, when it started, when the issue started, knew that the NSA, the police, or the government tortured them. Because of that, they have to get in time, to go through this and see. So they even their medical reports were given. And based upon that, the court denied the motion. The defense lawyer argued that evidence obtained through torture or inhuman treatment violates constitutional protection and should be excluded. So that is, any evidence that were collected by the police and the NSA during the time they were in their custody, that means they were tortured. So they were forced to say things that maybe they did not do. So based on that, the defense lawyer is saying these testimonies are not supposed to be used against their client. But the court said no. Not how you see it. So the issue about the law is the law. The law is not only the law for one person. The law is the law for everybody. So what the court sees necessary, the court sees that necessary. That's why the court get time. You argue, you put forth your arguments, you provide evidences as to why the court should accept your argument. So if your arguments are legit, they are genuine, they have sense of reasoning, it's something that people can live by, then the court will say yes. But the court say they didn't see any reason in they want to deny any evidence. So let the evidence come. And when you go to court, when the evidence are provided, it is the court, after your argument, will go through the evidences provided and say, no, but they want that ain't necessary. They want is necessary. This is necessary. Then it doesn't mean that anybody wrong, whether Kofa people wrong or not. It doesn't mean they are wrong. No. They are only saying the motion they filed is being denied. So that was ruled against them. However, Judge Wille ruled the motions linked merit. He said the motions lack merit, citing inconsistency in the medical findings and procedural limitation. So the reason the judge denied this motion is what they given. He cited inconsistency in the medical report. So they did not see sincerity. They were saying different things. The medical report was not consistent. Other people said different things, other people said different things. So based on that, they don't see reason for which the motion should be denied. And the procedural limitation, the way they went about doing their things, the way they went about collecting their evidences and other things, how they want to be like. So the procedural errors was made based on that. The court cannot live. The court don't act based on your perception, on how you feel. The court don't act based on what you think will be of or become of you. The court act on evidence, realities. So the logic you puts you at the better place in argument. And the court, so they say, while acknowledging the severity of the allegation, the judge noted that some defendants deny sexual abuse during medical interviews. So you see, that's what they said. They were inconsistent. Somebody say, "Oh, I was abused sexually." The other person, so when you go to interview, they say no. So maybe they just finding tactics. So that's how the court see it. That's how the court see it. So you say you were abused sexually. To be sodomized, sodomization is a very huge crime. So if somebody sodomizes you, they have sex with you in your anus while you are in prison, it's against your human dignity. It violates your right to protection. The law supposed to be protecting you while you are in jail, so nobody should be harming you there. But yet, through the interview, they said no, they didn't find anything. Oh, they were just joking. Somebody then said, "Oh no." So based on that, the denial during interview, they said no, we didn't see anything. So the judge said no, they didn't see anything in that. So in order also revoke their consent, some of them revoked their consent for related examination. Undermining the value of their claim. So instead of them turning out to be tested, they say no, they decline, they go. And everything helped to undermine. Those were reasons for which the court denied the motion. So referencing criminal procedure law 11.10, which allows suspension or suppression motion based on the defective warrant or unlawful seizure, the court concluded that the defendants failed to meet the legal threshold. So they said some of them phones and other things were seized. You seized the person item and you took evidence from in their phone to be used against them. Those are some of the reasons they said should be denied. But the court also said they failed to meet the legal threshold in the argument that was substantiate their claims that yes, their phones or other material were seized by the Liberian National Police or the state prosecution or prosecutors, and evidence were taken from there to be used against them. So they did not meet the legal threshold. Based on that, they could not accept the fact. And the court denied that motion. So the motion to suppress the evidence is hereby denied, the court stated. And this case is order proceeded forthwith. The trial is scheduled to resume on Friday, September 26, 2025, 10 o'clock a.m. That's the time the trial will begin. So they will resume trial despite all of the tactics. We gotta know who burned that Capitol building. The Liberian people got to know. It is important that the Liberian people know who burned their Capitol building. It is necessary. But let's listen to what Kofa 2 has to say. Kofa said this after the motion was denied. Here is what Kofa has to say. Let me bring this.
Ruling. But let me comment again on the evidence because I heard again some lawyer talking about me evidence. Do you have eyewitnesses? No. Do you have camera to show who lit the fire? No. Do you know who lit the fire? No. Do you have forensics evidence, fingerprint, footprint, hair fibers, and what have you to prove your case? No. What you have is a bunch of photos and a bunch of recordings, and that will not be sufficient to sustain a guilty verdict. They have nothing. But it was important, it was always important, and the lawyers state of this trial that they put everything on the record. It's not on the record. The medical reports are on the record. The performance, the study investigation is on the record. Now, as we move to the evidentiary stage, you will begin to see the entire case fall apart from lack of sufficient evidence or lack of no evidence because the defendants in the docket are completely innocent.
The defendant claim this might confirm, but the question is the time frame, which is one of the things the judges were concerned about, that the time frame of what happened, and then the report also stated that it might not have been as a result of the torture.
No, you won't. You see, we got to learn to read and comprehend, right? In Thomas Etheridge's report, let me test it one. It says consistent with allegation of torture. Period. There's no qualification. If you look at, I believe it was Stephen Bro, it said consistent with allegation of torture, but could be other things. So you don't just take what they wrote about Stephen Bro because it's convenient to you. You take what they wrote of each of them. Right?
There are several others. I'm just giving.
Okay. So maybe there were two of them or three of them. What happened to the ones where they were consistent? You know that? You don't. Okay? Yeah. And we were under the impression that the medical report, since they put it separate, identify that it would be scientific, we were under the impression that it would be taken. But I mean, ruling. But let me comment again on the evidence because I heard again some lawyer talking about me. Do you have eyewitnesses? No. Do you have camera to show who lit the fire? No. Do you know who lit the fire? No. Do you have forensics evidence, fingerprint, footprint, hair fibers, and what have you to prove your case? No. What you have is a bunch of photos and a bunch of recordings, and that will not be sufficient to sustain a guilty verdict. They have nothing. What?
So you listen to Fonanti Kofa, the representative of Grand Crew County District Number 2. You listen to him. Kofa is saying all the prosecutors have as evidence is branch of call logs, audio recordings. That's all they have. And there's no eyewitness that could testify or that will be available to testify in how the house there got it on fire. Nobody could testify. There's no fingerprint. There's no footprint. There's no so the evidence in question, according to him, they are just mere bluff and they are not sustained to be taken seriously in case like this. So I don't know. But the legal people will say their things, they will continue to give their arguments until the court can decide what right. But let's listen to the prosecuting lawyer, what they too get to say.
Those are the board of directors of the government. Nobody when that kind of how you feel will go through. No. We will make sure that we provide the required evidence that we convict all of them.
Earlier, we did hear the judge mention about the motion to suppress evidence was premature in the whole matter.
Those are the board of directors of the government. Nobody when that kind of how you feel will go through. No. We will make sure that we provide the required evidence that we convict all of them.
Earlier, we did hear the judge mention about the motion to suppress evidence was premature in the whole matter.
Well, we told you that we have evidence. The quality of evidence we have is not evidence that can be overcome. The quality of evidence is very sufficient. When you say sufficiency in evidence in court, those are evidence that cannot be overcome by any rebuttal presumption. So there is no way that they can overcome the evidence we have. Well, and they talk about evidence being collected in such a way, claiming sodomy. The people who they were claiming on their behalf, the people say they were not sodomy. So where that information came from? It might have come from either the lawyer or somebody else. We are responsible institutions. All the criminal justice actors now in Liberia are not people that will tolerate the torture. We will not be people that will be in the position to make sure that people are tortured. No.
But
So the medical report that will be put all on social media as well in some in some media outlets in the country that the report went in favor of the defendant. Are you in trouble by seeing this report?
You know me for long. I don't even talk normally except in on the screen, casual conversation like this. I don't plead my cases in the public, to me. I plead my cases in court. My training is to talk in court and not to talk outside the talk. Even there, the press, I met my friends and I need to tell you that the ruling was proper, where we said it is backed by all the different, authorities.
Now, defense team took an exception to the judge's ruling in that motion, and then he said Friday as a day for the case to commence. Are you anticipating more of that?
They better get ready for Friday. They better get ready for Friday. Friday is the D-Day, the beginning of the whole thing. All their motions are finished.
They better come ready for Friday. So all that so that's the prosecuting lawyer. He said all the motions that they have finished now. So the people say, according to him, you heard that. Sorry, those of you watching. The people said they were sodomized and they went back. They said, no, we were not. The people said they were abused. They said, no, we were tortured. No. So who is saying the reality? So all their motions finished. So the prosecuting lawyer say they have evidence. And the evidence are what the Liberian people need. They need to know, the Liberian people are eager to know how the Capitol building got set on fire. The Liberian people are eager to know who did that, who is the mastermind behind that. And not just blaming game, just shifting blame and letting it go just as it is. So one of the defendants fainted. He fainted when the judge denied the motion. It's obvious sometimes some people don't stay in tensions and other things, or things like that happen. But folks, if you're just joining us, this is the round table here on Blaze Radio 90.7. Don't forget the cash giveaway is going on. That's star 799 star 9 hash to win yourself some cash. Star 799 star 9 hash. Win yourself some cash today on the show. So if you die the star 799, the options will come there, right? And you can follow the options. So this will take you, the star 799 will take you, star 9 hash will take you directly to the prompt of Blaze. So you either play with $1.50 or 200 Liberian dollars. And when you select one is for USD, $1.50 USD. The two is $200, which is Liberian dollars. And today is the jackpot day. So if you play that, you're going to be on the jackpot. And jackpot means big. So you're going to win big. So play star 799 star 9 hash. Play and win yourself some money. Welcome back to the round table with me, Archie C. Bob Guinea. So we need to discuss what the realities are. So we just provided you a little update about the Alson case at the Capitol building. And this time, like I said, this morning we woke up to the news following some photos permeating the corridors of social media stating that it was the bedroom of former President George Manning Weah that got at fire and so forth. So, predicated upon that, we as media people, we see image. Look, let me tell you something about image. Image is something that people can tamper with. So when we see photos as journalists, before we just believe and use them, we have to check and know what is the source of that photo. You understand? So we fact check the photos, we fact check the photos, and we were made to understand that the photo that is parading or that have been parading the social media since this morning was not the bedroom of former President George Manuel Weah. That photo was just a mere social media photo that people posted and it's been floating around since day. And that's the first thing we want you to understand. Those of you listening and that believe in this program, that's the first thing we want you to understand. And as part of that, OKFM published a video of our witness who also witnessed the scene last night, explaining to media practitioners what happened. And following that, the CDC has made a release. So we're going to read a release from the CDC. We're going to read a release from the CDC where we will also come to give you our analysis on the release made by the CDC. You know, I always told people this country, if we must change, then the mindset of Liberians should be the first thing that should be changed. The first thing that should be changed is the mindset of Liberians. How Liberians think, how people feel about situation when it happens. That's what people should we think that Liberia will get better. But if we continue to have preconceived mind on things when things happen, and you want to interpret it your own way, the way you feel, the way you understand it to be, or you see it as an attack against you, and buying public sentiment in the wrong manner, I think it will not offer us well. You understand? It won't. It won't offer us well. But let me bring you the release from CDC. Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, Office of the National Chairman, Temporary National Headquarters, Plunkor, Cinco, Monrovia, Liberia, for immediate release, September 24th, 2025. CDC condemns premeditated attack on, we don't have time, so I'll be reading it and giving my opinion on it as we go on so that I can have time to come back again. God. Sometimes people can be asking me, why you can be laughing? I bad me, I can laugh for bad things, right? So the bad reason I laugh. CDC condemns premeditated attack on former President George Manuel Weah, calls for international independent investigation. So the fire incident last evening at the home, the 9th Street residence of former President George Manuel Weah, the CDC has already established that this was an attack on the former president. That's the first and foremost thing. They have established that it was an attack, and the attack was premeditated. And when something is premeditated, that means you have planned, you calculated how you will do it. In fact, you figure out how you will do it and you do it. So it was not a mistake, or it is not an ordinary incident that people just say, oh, that ordinary incident. So according to the CDC, the situation was premeditated. The Mighty Coalition for Democratic Change, CDC, strongly condemns the recent fire incident at the residence of their political leader and former president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency George Manneh Weah. They regret this unfortunate incident as a premeditated attack on his life, intended to undermine his safety and destabilize the peace of our nation. So they are saying they condemn the act and they see this as a premeditated attack on the life of former President George Manneh. And this is a grievous allegation. This is a grievous allegation. And they are even equipping that, seeing the situation to destabilize the peace of Liberia. So I don't know how you see fire incident of being able to destabilize peace when your statement of seeing a mere fire incident as an attack on somebody, not also destabilizing the peace of the very country that you claim you so love dearly. Let's continue. The CDC recalled that during one of former President Weah's return to Liberia at the Rabos International Airport became a scene of violence when personnel of the Armed Forces of Liberia AFL attacked CDC partisans and supporters who had assembled to receive him. Was the Armed Forces of Liberia, the Liberian National Police. Anyway, that's how they see it. Furthermore, during his recent entry, so there are certain instances, according to their release. The previous instance was the Armed Forces. And the recent entry, armed police officers were again stationed at the airport where several of their partisans were brutally manhandled, placed in handcuffs, and in the same instances jailed. This act of intimidation unbecoming of the democratic society, according to them, is unbecoming of the democratic society. In addition, the Unity Party zealot have engaged in a campaign of disinformation and misinformation, including circulation of the fake AI generated image purporting to depict the bedroom of former President Weah. Such acts are not only deceptive, but are also calculated attempt to mislead the public and damage the image of their political leader. The which to assure the public that the CDC which to assure the public that His Excellency former President George, I know, sometimes I know a lot of people can be confused on the written statement. Up here, let me read this. Up here, they said, we recall that during one of President Weah's return, then they came down here, they said, former President Weah. So I don't know which one should we take. Should we take the president or the former president? Anyway, once the president is always the president. You understand? So the CDC wished to assure the public that His Excellency former President George Manneh Weah is safe, well, and in good health. However, they also called for a forensic, international, and independent investigation into the incident. 1. that is void of lies, deception, and fakery of fakery to ensure that the truth is revealed and justice is served. This the CDC remains committed to safeguarding the peace, unity, and democracy of Liberia. The CDC cautions against reckless actions and urge all actors to respect the sanity of human life, democratic principle, and the rule of law. Signed, Anthony Janga Eko, National Chairman of the CDC. So you listen to the CDC release. They are saying the photo that being permeating it is the Unity partisans, and they are to the extent saying that this act was calculated, was an attempt on the life of former President George Manuel Weah. That's what the Unity partisans, the seditionists are saying on the incident that happened. But you know what? Let me say this. Just yesterday, some of you can follow the show. Just yesterday, I was here lamenting on what the police did against seditionists. And if today incident will happen and the CDC comes out with a release alleging that this is a premeditated and a calculated attack on the life of a former president, then that means the peace of this country is being undermined. That means Liberia we see to be peaceful. It's not peaceful as people see it, because there are people who already have the preconceived mind on things when it happens. Why should you have preconceived minds on situations that happen that everybody in sympathy with? The first and foremost thing that I expect seditionists and whosoever who wrote this press release to understand by the virtue of fact is that fire incidents are just as any other incident that occur. Somebody can be in vehicle, they have accident happen. There are thousands of Liberians who their homes have been damaged, their businesses have been damaged as the result of fire outbreak. And in fact, when fire incident happen to the common people, the local people, when their residents are on fire, to some places, fire service don't even go there. The response of fire service can even delay as compared to what happened to former President George Weah last evening. That which everyone appreciate God for, that nothing bad happened, that the fire service was prompt and swift in responding to him, that nothing much happened as is being speculated on the social media. Nothing got burned. The fire service was on time as compared to how people see it. But to the extent that people will start to politicize it, see it as an attack on somebody, that's where I have problem. Just yesterday, if you follow our page, yesterday we were in Johnsonville, Lower Johnsonville, in Pepper Woodtown Market. The entire market got a fire. Marketers lose. Business owner regretting, they crying in tears that our business got a fire. How many of them blame that as an attack? That one is not an attack because it is on ordinary citizen. But because it happened to a former president, then supporters come out to say, oh, it is an attack. What evidence do you have? If you see that somebody attacking your political leader and the former president, I think it's a necessary thing. You go to court and bring forth evidence to substantiate the claims that you have as people attacking your political leader. Fire incident happened to anybody. People homes get on fire. Former speaker Fonati Kofa home got on fire right here at a rehab. A house burned completely. Today, more than thousands of Liberians' homes have got a fire. They have burned their entire home. Some of them are homeless today. Should we say it is an attack? Should we say people playing that? People can ship blame on EDC, all that the reckless not on EDC, people who getting on fire service not responding on time. Should we say the government calculated that citizens' home should burn? No. It is as mere incident as it is. And nobody pray that people whom get on fire, nobody pray that somebody attack. If what the CDC is saying, they are insinuating, is truth that somebody having an attack on former President George Weah, that they want to take away his life, look, we shouldn't be going that route. And you too, don't be creating a scene just because of the public sentiment and sympathy and raising false alarm that have the propensity to undermine the peace and stability and tarnishing the good reputation of this country. Because if you say these things and go out in the public, they say, oh, Liberia, people making attempt based on former president. Do you know what it is? The war people go to, those are things, the statement you made, how you see things, how you feel about things. Now anything happen, you go is Unity Party around after your former president. You choose to do what you want to do, and you undermine the very peace that all of us fought and pray for every day, that Liberia should be peaceful. That was not good of the CDC. I don't know how you feel about that, but let me quickly give this. Let me quickly play this from one of the eyewitnesses, and before we come back, don't forget *799 *9#. *799 *9#. Let me play this quickly from the eyewitness before we come back and open the phone line.
An eyewitness who followed this entire incident at the home of the former president. They also contributed to quenching the fire. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, so could you mind telling us more about the incident? When did it start? How did the situation come to an end?
Yes, on 9th Street, near the former president, Charles and Lynch. Around 11:30, I and my brothers were sitting outside. We are 5 in number. Was sitting outside because we usually sit on the road because we sit best on the road. You get me?
Yeah, I get you.
Yes, we usually sit beside the road because we live there near our shop. I was walking in. I told my brother, I said I'm going to use a reaction. So I was walking in my fence. So I was smelling a rubber scent. And the mechanic shop and there, the former president has usually bring a wire there for copper. And also tires. So in my mind, I said, people ready to bring a wire again for the sun to be coming because it always disturb us. But when I get to my gate and look at the president's house, I saw smoke. But before I even got the current go. My current go is still on current king before you hear sun. The sun blew off. So I decided to walk to use the restroom. So I saw the smoke coming from under the former president's house. So I said, let me stay good. So when I go into walls, the former president, the smoke was still coming. But the security was sitting in front of the fence. One was sitting into the checkpoint, and the other group they have a security booth at the back of the beach side. So I said, no. Let me call my older brother and let him know. So I took my phone and called my older brother. So I said, I seen something here. He said, what? I said, I seen smoke under the former president's house. He said, but you? I said, yes, can see. So while you were coming, I said, well, me, I'm going to use the restroom. So that I went in the fence. So about that 10 to 15 minutes, I saw him, my other brothers was standing in front of our fence. So I said, what is the situation? And he said, oh, I just walked there and informed the security. So we was standing outside watching, the security went in the fence. I don't know if I went up the ladder or why the whole building went up again. But then when we came back on, we saw 2 security running down the beach. taking sand in bed, carrying it inside. Taking sand in bed, carrying it inside. So I said, and the fire was getting serious. Smoke was coming. A lot of smoke was coming from under the house. So, and I spent 10 or 15 minutes. I saw a car coming with a pickup. The thing stopped right from the checkpoint. The person get out and walk to the gate. Few minutes passed, we saw fire service coming in a yard. It was around by 11 after 12 at that time. And the incident started by 11:30. Around 11:30, before fire service came in. And we first fire truck enter to the pump the water. So the former president passed in a pickup. The passed in a pickup, he spent a few minutes. He came out at that time and was going to wall the checkpoint, but the security couldn't allow us to go far. So we stand. The former president came outside and stood near a car and called us. He said, my children, you can help me. So that all of us went there and opened the gate. All of us went. Were plenty at that time and other people were coming because
Well, so that was eyewitness account. Eyewitness account on what happened, folks. 0777907 No time. Please, when you call, be swift. 30 seconds, 45 seconds, you go straight to the point and give others the chance to call. 0777907 887-11107. Are the numbers to put you through on the round table. You listen to the eyewitness account and you listen to the CDC release. Look, let us stop politicizing issues when it happen, right? Hello? I'm good. The Oracle, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. This is the Oracle and I call from Zeze community.
Okay.
So I tell you the guys on CDC are not really doing well. When I started seeing the post from Jangako and the SG, Kochi, so I told him, if anybody who want to kill George Lee, I think it will be them. Because they are still Peter George have to accept the result by 11 in the night. We was all resist that he didn't lose 2023 election. Why would some person come up with that kind of decision? Who would want to go against the former president and go into his bedroom? Who got access to the bedroom? Anybody from United Party get access to the president's bedroom and go fire into it? Well, all of the security there, how did they pass? How did they enter and go to the bedroom and to call fire? Sometimes they law for party, this propaganda want to do it, we will do it the wrong way. When something happens, there are two ways things can happen. Let's say the guy say election is possible.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many people who can burn when current go when you're coming back. Even from my own current go coming back, they come out with force. Sometimes people with new substance or wire everything get hooked up to be heading political party or something happen. You want to and just say things because you won't get publicity. I think it's bad. The guy from CDC got to pray.
Thank you, Oracle. Hello?
Yeah, how are you, brother? I'm Boy Boy.
Go ahead.
Yeah, anyway, thank you for the topic, right? They didn't have to calculate. They have to be smart to know when and what to say. These are the things people will be talking about it, rising to camera meeting. And then the call and say, oh, that is the thing with police there. Who about the police to go police? They were there. It's not something that can happen. You just said something that the common people can burn and burn up. 5 seconds, inside 10 minutes. Okay, hours before they come. These are the decisions I'm talking about. The people that can get a job. So that people you pay attention. Because that somebody you feel that important that I know as a common person before. When you are opportune to be done there, anybody can be anybody. So then as the 6 years are on today, what happened? What went on because they say to the camera building fire, they say they should ask the police people. You know, over and police place.
Okay.
So we see what DC left, we choose what about you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello?
Yeah.
What is your name and where you call from?
Well, my name is Lieutenant Thomas Sankar Kone, Bachelor for Operation for the Professional in the program.
Go ahead.
Yeah, basically this evening, in as much that we condemn the President Bouaka for saying the awesome attack on the Capitol was done by hooligans, we will now also join other people to excuse because there's a fire incident. We cannot be concluding issues in the country to raise more political tension. The president we all supporting is president. We are every time he speaks to the partisan, he say, let's follow the law and be peaceful. And I believe that my party should muster that courage to follow the law and be peaceful. So we cannot be jumping ahead of investigation. If it happens to Fonati, we say there's a they are targeting Fonati. When it happens, we should follow the law. Let's wait for investigation. I believe that the investigation will make things clear. Fire incident happen anywhere. Joseph won't happen. Fonati won't happen. Today is President. We are tomorrow will be President Baka. We cannot just say that they are after the president. That we know President. We are the responsible person in that nation statement. So we should all join to condemn any statement that will bring our project image down. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Yes. Good afternoon, Achi.
Good afternoon. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Winston N. and I join you from Dupo Road.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for your show this afternoon. It is troubling to hear it from the angle of the CDC that the fire incident last night, it was premeditated. You know, these are some of the reasons for which when such an incident occurs or spark up, people can be judgmental as to whether to go and ease the situation. It's troubling. You see, you can be in a community, then such a thing happens, going there to at least seek for refuge so that you can calm situation down and people accusing other parties. Who knows whether those who went there and quench the fire, some of them are unity partisans. How can we live in such a country like this? Or living out with the case of the action attack case, wherein other people there, yeah, they were tortured, they were this, that. So it's so good that during the interview of the police, they asked them whether you were sexually abused. They said no. When they say, were you beaten? No. You were sexually abused? No. You see? So they just to use logic, and there was inconsistency. I read it, said there was inconsistency in her saying.
Okay.
So for that motion cannot be, granted. So this is why they just deny it.
All right,
they will go
thank you.
through the ring and fire. They will go through the ring and fire.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello. What is your name?
Yeah, this is how they come here. They have discussion for Omega Market and Mega Field.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. My brother is saying that fire issue. I think the government is supposed to be responsible because in the past, this is what made all the understand. President Jesus Biden made all the understand that the fire at the Capitol building was caused by hooligans. So it means that the government is aware. The government has people in their midst who are hooligans and putting places ablaze in this country. So that means it shouldn't be taken lightly. The government is fully aware. The government knows the hooligans are putting public buildings and other private buildings ablaze in this country. So that is that's on this screen. They know who are those that do it. So we just got to be on our light in this country. We have to be very, very careful, straight and let them be smart. Thank you very much.
Thank you. 077907907 887 Those of you watching, +231 888 The WhatsApp number. Call us. Make your input. So the CDC is saying that the fire incident at the home of former president last evening was an attack. Hello?
Yeah,
Bayoga, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Abidala. Yeah. When we relate to we the citizen in Labrador. Yeah, well, honestly, because for many that know that my Italian or fire is
okay.
That will not speak as we are.
Yeah.
That one the bedroom or for the because yeah, I'm very understandable.
You know, I was there, we ain't get the establishment as to where the fire came from. All we know the area got the fire, so they stay investigating. But we've been hearing that it is from his bedroom.
Okay. Well, go there. I'm not
Thank you. 0777907 887 +231 888 We left with less than 6 minutes to be here. Call us, hear you. So the judge denied the motion filed by the defense counsel, calling for the denial of evidence, right? The suppression of evidence from the angle of the prosecuting lawyers. So the judge will deny that motion, and by Friday, the case will resume because the Liberian people need to know who was responsible for that fire. And like one of the callers said, this, I love people who will not allow themselves to be carried away by party. Sankara, he made a point until it is being established. So because if you start pointing fingers, oh, like the other person, then the very peace, the very country you say you love, that you want to maintain the peace, you will start to undermine because you will create enough political pressure. And the noise will continue to be there. Other people will start to point fingers. And that will not be good for Liberia. So you can't do that. Yesterday, that some of the callers are making reference to today. When the issue at the Capitol building happened, the president, they came out, they were very fast to speak. Gregory Coleman, they came out and said, oh, it was an awesome. And now, here, things are going. People just make statements. So at the end, those very statements will haunt. So we shouldn't just make statements. Don't make statements because you feel hurt, you want to make statements. Words have effect. Words have effect. And you know that you are a leader. People follow you. Just make statements. Your supporters and other people who are like-minded will also think the same way and they will follow you. So let us not learn how to politicize everything. Let's put the interests of Liberia first over individuals and political party. The sentiment in the love for political party will continue to kill Liberia. 077790797. Let's get our final batch, of course, and see how we can call this a day. We have few minutes here, less than 5 minutes. Call us on the round table if you're just joining us. This is Blaze FM 90.7. What is your name and where you call from? Hello?
Hello. Yes, sir. Hello.
What is your name and where you call from?
My name is Isaac F. Dwana. I'm calling you from Gobacho community.
Go ahead.
I say, my brother, what is going on in this country is very bad. And you guys on the radio have to really speak against it. Probably you got to stay on the radio as journalists and destroy this particular image that want to carry Liberia back into the dark days.
I'm telling you.
Burning people's houses nowadays is getting risky for the nation. This is no longer anything called politics. That's not politics. I don't believe in burning houses as politics. We are no longer going politics, but we are becoming stupid. I'm sorry to say this. The entire people who are even carrying on this kind of idea are becoming very stupid. You fought war in this country for I don't know how many years. Instead of trying to train our children now to learn to build the nation, we are burning people's houses. We are burning mansions. It's so good for us. I mean, the people, the international community will continue. They laugh at us. I'm sorry to say this, my brother. It's very ugly and we must kill it. It doesn't belong to Liberia. It doesn't resemble Liberia any longer. We should continue to speak against it. Those who are in the habit of doing that, if you are angry with somebody, stay in the face of that person and express your anger and not to destroy the properties. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. 077790797. 887-111-107. Let's get 2 or 3 calls and leave you. We have less than 3 minutes here. So like he said, right? It's not about politics, and we will continue to say these things. Some of you who understand what realities are, is not how much loyalty you paid. It's how much loyalty you own to your country. So not about individual, not about party. The incident occur, and let's wait for investigation and know what the outcomes are. Oh my God. Will you lower your radio?
Oh.
Go ahead.
Hello.
What is your name?
Marco Farina.
Go ahead. Your radio's still terrible, man. Please.
Yeah. How do you call it? They left his happy last day. Nobody know where the fire came from. But they come and bring one another, say that They came from in a main room. Nobody was there. UP people were not there. The CDC people were not there. All kind of things they come and say, comment. They not even know what happened. They come and bring they come and bring UP people, all kind of things. We just praying that nothing happened to that man. We tell God thank you. We tell God thank you. Plenty that nothing happened to Joya. Myself, yes, and I Joya, and I'm a member or CDC. I'm a member of UP. But we just tell God thank you. Nobody more can do all kind of things for people who can't spoil themselves to people yet.
Okay.
He must be our set.
Okay.
Even he not in power, but we get a feeling for him. Last night I listened to, yeah. So I just want to tell God, thank you for his life.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's get our final call and just call this a day, 777-907-907. 887-11106. Let us stop this blaming game. All you should be thinking about is the best for Liberia. Think about the best for Liberia. And don't always think negative. This negative perception, this personal feelings and hates we have for our country, and we say, oh, politics. No. Let us do away with that. It will not help. This will not august us well. It cannot carry you anywhere. And so we will call this a day. Thank you so much. Join us tomorrow, Thursday, which time we're going to be here again for another Fast edition of the following. Remember, don't trouble before trouble. So we are not accepting cause anymore. My name is Archie. Say Bob Yene. Have yourself a wonderful night.